So hello fellow coin collectors, and my name is Glenn, and in today's video we're looking at the Italian 20 cent coin, and not 20 cent, 20 centimes. So this is a coin that was first issued in 1863 as a silver coin, but in 1894 they changed it to a copper nickel coin, and they increased the size from 16 millimeters to 21. So it's quite a big coin. And this coin, while it is quite an old coin, it's not expensive. So in very fine condition, you can probably pick it up for about $5 to $10. And the reason why it does have a range is because it depends on the seller, the time period, and also inflation. So over time, coins get expensive. So if you were going to get this 50 years ago, you probably would have paid 20 to 30 cents. But now, because inflation, these coins have got expensive. But the topic today is the coins they issued in 1918 and 1919. I was going to say 1818, but they didn't have any Italian coins then. They had all different types of Italian state coins. So this is the period just after the First World War, and there was some type of inflation increasing. So you see in the 20s, a lot of countries reduced the size of their silver coins or changed the silver coins to a copper nickel or nickel to take the silver out of the content. And Italy was one of those countries that done that. So they reduced the size of the 2, 5, 10 lira coin in silver, or maybe change it from gold to silver. And the 1 lira coin in the 50 centimeters, they changed it from a silver to a copper nickel coin. That happened in 1919 for 50 centimeters, and for the 1 lira, that happened in 1922. So they, had inflation taken off. So there was a demand for coinage. And that's the reason why in 1918, they overstamped the 20 centimeters of 1895 with a new design. So I'm not too sure if these were all withdrawn at the time period, considering they did try and introduce 25 centimeters coins in 1902 that weren't popular. The design was very good, they just were not a popular denomination. And the fact is that the mintages for 1894 was 75 million, so that probably would have lasted at least 10 to 20 years. And that's for the KB. So the KB is this coin here. And as you can see, it's in very fine condition, so you're probably paying at least $10 for that. And okay, and the comment on Numista says that 88,662,000 pieces were withdrawn from circulation from 1909 to 1914. So these were taken out of circulation before the First World War, since they were easily faked. So that's why they took these out of circulation. Okay, and many of these were used to remint this coin. So you can see the simple design. If you're listening to the podcast, you can see it on Numista. And so it's pretty basic coin. And I would say there was a lot of other coins that were counterfeit at the time as well. If you notice Roman coins, there's quite a lot of fake Roman and ancient Greek coins as well. And a lot of them were made at the time. And there is something called the limes denarius, which was made on the frontiers and probably made so that the Germanic tribes would not have easy access to silver coins. So it would have been bronze, it wouldn't have been not really palatable to the Germanic tribes. So all these coins here, you can probably get $5 to $10 unless they're really high grade. So this is the coin that was issued between 1908 and 1935, although this is the last year of mass mintage, 1922. So this coin, if you get it in this condition, so high grade, you're probably paying at least $20 to $30 for it. Even though the mintage is quite high, this is one of my favorite Italian coins. It's got a female flying, wearing clothing, so it could be Artemis. And got a allegorical figure of a man on the other side. So these coins in this condition are probably $20 to $30, and that's extremely fine to almost uncirculated. But the key to the 1918-1919 coin, in average circulated condition, so you're probably paying about $10 for these. But what you need to look for is the amount of the previous image that you can see on the coin. So on the coin we have in front of me, so you need to take the other denomination. And what you're looking for is the 2 and the 0. And if we see here, you can see a swirl, so that is more than likely the 2. It's a bit hard to see which way it goes around. So more than likely is that the 2 is, so the 2 is going around this way. And then we have the 0. But it is quite hard to see. Maybe it is the other way around. So that's what you need to look for when you look at these coins. So this is quite light, so it's probably not common. And not uncommon in these type of coins. So this one, you can see it's not as well circulated. It is a bit dirty, but that's probably cause of preservation. But if we look at the actual image, it looks like this is the 2. So the 2 looks like it goes around that way. And then we have the 0 here somewhere. That could be it. So it is a bit of a hard thing to do. Maybe that's the 0. Oh yeah. No, I had it the wrong way around. So that's the actual 0. So you can see the 0 going around and the 2's here. So these really mess up with your mind. So this coin in this condition, you can see a lot of the previous design. You're probably looking at, $10 to $20. And you can see the previous design interrupts the Regino Italia. It's also in EF condition. And you can see it's got milling. So the original coin had milling, but these coins, so a lot of them don't have milling. So the flan is a little bit bigger. So we're talking about 0.5 millimeter. So these coins are, half to 0.3 of a millimeter. So these are a bit bigger than these ones. So as they were pressing it out, they tried to remove the milling, but quite obviously it didn't work all the time. A lot of these coins do have milling on it, or no milling. So you can see the milling on the actual coin. So if it does have more milling, then that is an increase in the price of the coin. But it's quite interesting. So this was an emergency issue. The design is quite good. So maybe it was a previous design that they had that they were going to use for another coin of the same denomination. And as you can see, we do get different grades. So a nice emergency coinage of the aftermath of the First World War. And after these were minted, these coins were issued as well. So these are the best designs that I can find that was in continuous circulation. So if you have any of these 1918, 1919, 20 centimeters coins, it's probably a good idea to check the overall condition and how much of the previous design of the 1894 you can find. Because if you can really see a lot of it, that's going to be an increase in value. So in conclusion, there's two ways these coins can be valuable. The wear and tear, so just the basic design and usage is quite good. So extremely fine, uncirculated, you're going to get a high value. But also how much of the previous design you can find. If there's a lot of it and it's in uncirculated, it's going to be worth a lot more than if there's a lot of it but it's well circulated. And also there is a lower mintage depending on where it's minted. So the Rome mints are quite common, and that's where these are all minted, is in Rome, so it should have R. If you do get another mint mark here, or if it's missing a mint mark, could be a die fill, or if there's another mint mark, then it's probably a pattern coin, and it'll probably be unique. So you need to look at the mint mark as well. So anyway, I hope this helps you with your coin collecting and the Italian coins. And thank you very much for watching or listening on the podcast, and have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. Thank you and goodbye. Also, check out my links below.